Hey, how's it going? Michael Earth Osada here, and today I made a massive discovery for myself to consider myself as a multi-potential light. That means I am a person with many interests and creative pursuits. So that means I have so many different things under this umbrella of what is possible for me to do. Now, before I discovered this term multi-potentialite from Emilie on a TED Talk, which I shared with you if you happen to be in my Facebook group, I am so blown away by how specialized I had felt that I needed to be just going in one specific direction and trying to pursue and get that one thing. But now I'm starting to think outside the box, but also think out these new creative ideas that I can be able to express myself with. And that means I can be able to combine these specialties and have them synergize as one big idea. So for me to be able to fully express myself and reach my potential could mean I could focus on multiple means rather than just one thing. Now you might think, okay, somebody over here who just specializes in helping people with branding is going to get the most means for his worth. Well, sure, that's very possible, but there's just some people who maybe are considered specialists and they can't quite play the same role as a multi-potentialite, somebody who's gifted or wants to pursue a creative means of doing multiple things at once. So a multi-potentialite could handle a position that a specialist couldn't, but they could both work very well together, and the specialist could help in creating all of those productive means in that one thing, and then a multi-potentialite could come along and give massive wisdom or knowledge in a broader sense that would help them create new loops in their mind, right? So I'm trying to figure out for me what that productive means would look like, and it's a little bit difficult because for one, the second half of everything has been blocked off from my life, and I have not been able to access my ability to have freedom through movement. So on this chart that I was able to position for myself, I was able to come up with about 30 different terms for what that would look like. And in this case, out of those 30 different terms or topics, categories, I was able to cross off maybe 16 of them. And in that case, it left me with, 12 topics, in which case those are going to be headings, subheadings, subtopics. There's two main themes as for what I'm looking for here and what I want to do. I want to be able to communicatively connect with people, express myself. And all of these are under the massive heading of expression. Okay? But between the two, there's communication and then there's movement, right? So I want to be able to do speaking. I like doing sales. I like being able to pursue different languages. So now I'm learning Chinese where I was learning Japanese before. Now I'm finding a greater return on investment from learning Chinese where most of the world is going to be speaking Chinese. And educating others and doing coaching. I want to be able to bring out the better potential in other people. So coaching would be a great route for that. And speaking engagements, being able to put myself into a position where I'm on stage, being able to educate people and provide systems, strategies, ways for them to be able to synergize in what they're doing. When it comes to movement, I know that I'm passionate about doing parkour, martial arts, and being able to put myself into a position where I can dance. These are all things that I wanted to do, and dance being one that was hidden from me. All of them being hidden from me. I didn't actually learn that I was good at doing martial arts and dance as a possible talent until the age of 20, which is now. I mean, just this past Sunday, I learned that I could dance. And I always thought, oh, I'm never going to be able to dance. I'm never going to be able to get that girl or do the thing that I want with this person or this group. Oh, man, partying is impossible because I was locked up in my own body. I was caged. You can only imagine what comes up with that when your body is controlling everything that you do. Same thing with speaking and being able to express myself. Just 2 nights ago, I was able to shift a part of my spine right here, back here, and put that into alignment. And all of a sudden, I could start breathing again. Maybe not as clear as it was that night, but I could start breathing again, and I could start speaking. And the reason why is because your neck is really connected to your ability to communicate, that chakra, ability to express yourself. So when that shifted into a different position and had been locked up before, out of place, what I would consider in place because it's been there for so long, that allowed me to open up a different pathway, and I was able to sing that night. And I was like, whoa, this is something completely new. And Chinese, because I was learning Chinese and it speaks from the back of the throat, that really pulls something out of you to be able to express yourself. So that learning Chinese kind of taught me how to sing, right? With the different sounds that they make, the way they project these tones, which is fascinating. So all of this is connected to being able to communicate, right? And dance is a way to communicate and express yourself. Martial arts is a way to express yourself. Parkour is free running. Come on, okay? So I got to think of a way to be able to synergize this fitness element of it, the freedom through movement and freedom through expression, to have true freedom through movement together. And being able to create a business out of that in some productive means, not just thinking, okay, I'm going to entertain, I'm going to dance, I'm going to speak, I'm going to do all the martial arts and parkour on stage, that's small variety thinking, but it doesn't actually produce much different. I can be a Michael Jackson, sure, that's great, but I got to think out. I got to think out differently, do something that's completely unique that nobody else would do, and that would be my foundation to be able to achieve. So strengthening upon the ideas that I've already set in place, and recalculating where I am going with this compass that I now have, knowing what my talents are and integrating them in a manner where I can be able to put them into a place where I'm pursuing these interests and creative interests and specialties that I can be able to have access to, having them be in synergy and thinking of new and unique things to do. That's going to determine the rest of my life. And I'd rather pursue it in my own mind because it clicks so well with me as a multipotentialite to do that than to just focus on one thing. And maybe this will prove that I'm at a loss at some point or another. But I've got all the time in my lifetime to be able to figure this out. And I would rather go down a route where I'm pursuing multiple passions, because it's hard for me to focus on just one thing. I gotta learn to improve by doing this and then that and then that and going back to that. That's just me, okay? So that's how I learn better. I don't know if that's for you. I don't know if this applies to everybody that I'm talking to, but for those people that do and hear that this may be a good fit for you, I want you to open yourself up to this idea of being a multipotentialite. Go and watch that TED Talk. Go and listen to your own heart and what it is that you want to do, and then start to create a start on the motion for how it is that you're going to do it. And come up with something completely unique to your own. We have the internet. We have all these resources that we have to be able to share. And if you can be a resource in your own unique way of getting out of this despair, you have an ability to serve a very niche market. And you could be very unique and talented and very enjoyable, entertaining if you combine these two together. The internet's going to expose us for who we really are. So it's only a matter of time before, you do one thing or the other thing, and you have so many different things that you love to do, and you're just looking for that way to be able to express yourself as a vehicle. And other people are going to want to hop on board with the person who's more authentic, doing real things as their own pursuit and their own passions. Business and personal life can mix. How are you going to have that be something that you do? Answer the question. Solve it for yourself. Take a moment. I appreciate you being here. God bless you. Have that be the foundation for your ability to succeed. I'm pulling for you. Peace.